there, I'm Artistic Gamer 7 and welcome back to some more of the Elder Scrolls Create a Sim. This time around we are creating the Daedric Prince. Meridia, I think is how it's said. I believe. Could be wrong. Possibly wrong. Almost always wrong. Let's be honest. But I'm gonna say Meridia. So Meridia is an interesting case. She definitely is probably, from off the top of my head, probably the nicest of the Daedric Princes. And she is actually sort of known as the Daedric Prince of Life and Lady of Infinite Energies. So the fact that she's sort of known for life and basically energy, like life energy, basically, in a way, it's interesting that she's a Daedric Prince. And as stories go, apparently at one point she wasn't a Daedric Prince. She was something that, from the sounds of it, is similar to a Divine, but not exactly a Divine. But then she had dealings with or consorted with some of the Daedra or a Daedra, something along those lines, and she was sort of cast down from that title and became a Daedric Prince. She definitely likes things of light. She does not like the undead. She does not like necromancers. I'm pretty sure in Skyrim you find like this orb that sometimes calls her to you, or she'll talk to you as you walk by her shrine. Her shrine is like this big giant statue thing that has like these wings coming across of it, and it's actually like really cool looking. She gives you the sword called the Daybreaker if she decides that you're her champion, which slays undead faster. So, she really doesn't like those type of things, and she'll actually reward people who brings her objects and pieces of the undead or necromancers, because obviously they create undead. So she rewards people who deal with them. So she's definitely quite a bit different from the other Daedric princes, and she actually is seen as benevolent by mortals. So she is definitely one of the nicer ones. What pictures and stuff I've seen of her, she mainly appears as a beautiful woman, is what it says. But my thing is if she was once something else and then became a Daedric Prince after the fact, would she technically have been a woman to begin with, but now that she's a Daedric Prince, she can choose to appear as something else, and sometimes she might do, but most times she doesn't. That's sort of how I would think of it, but she usually has, like, the pictures I've come across, she has like a reddish brown hair, she's wearing a blue dress-like thing, at least the colored pictures. A lot of the other pictures are not colored because they're statues. So I decided to make her have like this reddish brown hair, and honestly I think it looks absolutely beautiful. And she has like a tannish skin tone on the one that is got color, so I gave her that as well. I do give her wings. One of the wings that I really wanted to use looked like it was glitching with her hair. But it was either some of the accessories or something that I had on it it actually, after a while, actually seemed to work. So technically I gave her 2 sets of wings, because I really didn't want to use one of them, but one of them wasn't glitching with her hair, and then the other one, I think, I got to the point where I was like, I think I fixed it, but I'm not sure. So I sort of gave her like 2 everyday outfits where it was only the wings were changed, so when I went to go take her screenshots, I would make sure that I had a form that worked and didn't like have her all glitchy and everything. So yeah. And because she has to deal with things of light, and technically at one point she was probably more of like a good being in a way, or at least a powerful being. Apparently it's something similar to what Magnus was. It's like a really weird word, and you can actually like click on that word and search a little bit more of it. I haven't done that as of right now, but I'm actually very curious, so I'm probably going to do so and actually read a little bit more on it. Probably should have done it before this video, but I don't always think ahead well enough. But anyway, I will be leaving a link to the site that I'm using to do research on these for each one specifically. So if you want to go look yourself and read more into some of the stuff linked to Meridia, you can do so. So that will be down in the description below. But yeah, so considering, she was some sort of powerful being that was probably looked up to more towards in a divine way versus how people look at the Daedric Princes, At one point, I definitely also thought having things that show light and stuff like that would do well and fitting on her, so that's why she's got like some of this golden glittery makeup. I gave her like this gold glittering tattoo. I think I even gave her, I got like this glitter thing that's like body glitter, and it's in the tattoo section, and there's like several slots of it. I feel like I meant to give it to her if I did not give it to her, but I think I did, but I may have forgot. But I'm pretty sure that I actually did give it to her. Anyway, so yeah, it makes her like look all shiny and glittery, basically. I know I think I used it on Akatosh, I believe, as well. But yeah, so she is definitely one of the nicer of the Daedric Princes, and I actually always found her interesting. Like she always caught me off guard, because a lot of times, like, you either find the item in a random chest, like it's like this round ball looking like thing, or you walk by her shrine and you're not expecting it, and then she just talks to you out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, hi, how you doing? But, I run across her shrine faster than that item anymore, which is strange, because I didn't used to, but a lot of times I actually come across her shrine before now, and she just talks as I'm, like, running down the side of the road on Skyrim, and I'm like, what? Hello? What do you want? But yeah, she also, like, tosses you really high up in the sky to give you the Daybreaker, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, and I was like, what the heck's going on? Unless that was a glitch, but I don't think it is a glitch. I think that was supposed to happen that way. I don't know. Who knows with Skyrim? Skyrim's got glitches that I actually usually don't mind, because it doesn't necessarily stop me from playing the game. They just make me laugh, usually. I don't think I've had one that... Except for one. One, like, froze me in midair and I couldn't fall. I tried jumping off the Winterhold College bridge. I saved right before. I just wanted to see if I could somehow land in one of the little tiny things of water and survive. And, I guess the game was like, you're not gonna survive, don't do this, and it froze me in midair. Like, my character's arms were, like, still moving and stuff, I think, but everything else just stopped, and I was frozen in midair, but, you know, whatever. Lovely Skyrim glitches. I saved right before that anyway, because I was pretty sure I was gonna die, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but if that would have happened in a situation where I couldn't save, or I would have had to save in midair, one of the two would have sucked. But anyway, back to Meridia here. Meridia! That's how I was saying it. Oh no, I forgot how I was already saying it. Anyway. She honestly definitely is one of my favorites. I really like thinking on this right now. I don't know who is my number one fave. Azora is pretty high up there. I think Azora and Meridia here probably are in the top two. Probably. That's what I would say. I'd say they're in the top two. I'm just not sure which one is number one, in my opinion, out of this series of how they turned out. But I thought the outfit was cool. I haven't been able to use this outfit before, and it still shows some of those lines that are, like, glowing underneath her skin. I like the fact that I could give her wings and stuff like that. And just, I thought she looks really, really pretty. I want to add her to one of my saves, but I don't know which one I'm going to add her to yet. Obviously, I'm probably going to take off the wings, but the overall base of the pretty sim here will still be there. So, yeah. But anyway, I was sort of playing around with some of the accessories and stuff, trying to figure out what I wanted to give her, and I was tempted to sort of cover up a little bit, because technically the top half of her in some of the stuff that I've seen, she is a little bit more covered, but then there's also a version where she's not as covered, so I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna go with it. I really like how this looks, so I'm gonna go with that, and we're gonna do it that way. I also was having issues with the wings with accessory necklaces also glitching with it, so, you know, that's why I was going back and forth with the wings, and ultimately saved two outfits with the wings, because I was like, if the one looks really weird in screenshots, then I won't use that one, I'll use the other one. But ultimately, I think for the most part, the wings looked perfectly fine in the screenshots. But anyway, hope you liked how Meridia turned out. I keep going back and forth in between how to say that. But anyway, I do hope you like how she turned out. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Who is your favorite of the Divines and Daedric Princes so far? Feel free to make some suggestions of maybe some other Elder Scrolls, Pantheon-type people, or people along the same lines of Daedric Princes, people that, you know, they look up to these people or whatever. Feel free to suggest some down below, depending on how many I get, depends on what I'm going to do with them. I think I am going to try to actually make them, but they might get slapped on to the end of this series if there's not many. If there's a lot, then I'll probably do a second Elder Scrolls CAS at some point. Also, is there still any of the Divines and Daedric Princes that haven't come out that you're looking forward to? Let me know all that stuff down in the comments below. Talk up and chat up a storm if you want to. That is perfectly fine. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that lovely YouTube goodiness if you haven't already. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye!